Okay, so I want to do a show with Peter today, and we stopped at this rest stop to do the show. And you can see there's like this caribou, but behind it there's a place called Sea Market. I don't know if you can see that. Remind me of the topic we're going to discuss and some of the things regarding Russia. And I was just thinking about the military. So all these little synchronicities coming together.
Thank you for tuning into the Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Morocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and interdimensional seer. Together, they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources. Make sure to post your questions and comments below. Disclosures, insider intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello everyone, I am in a remote location and welcome to Disclosures. We are going to do a show with Peter, a kind of spontaneous show, and I'm going to find out what's going on. So why don't we get started, Peter, and tell us and give us an update with what's happening.
Yes. So thank you again for another opportunity, for giving me another opportunity to be on your channel. What is going on? I mean, it is not weird. It is not crazy. It is, let's say, beyond being weird, beyond being crazy. It is something like next level bizarre or whatever. What do we have here is that this wormhole we cannot, or let's say that's the problem. We've got, because it's like black hole, white hole, and wormhole, right? And if they are holes, or let's say we can presume that they are holes, we at least believe that they've got two ends. Nope, they've got not. Because this is like Ouroboros, so this is this mystic snake, what is eating its own tail, you know, so something like that. I mean, many people believe, or they will say now, hey, insider, wake up. We know what Ouroboros is in the first place. In the second place, people, they are dealing with physics or astrophysics. They know what, or they believe, they at least have some sort of clue what wormhole is about or can be about. But this is the problem. It was, or there were theories only. Wormhole, black hole, white hole, whatever. The problem is that we were talking about pineapple shaped nest, or let's say a hive. And they've got this babushka, or, you know, matryoshka principle, or we can call it onion principle. That means many, you know, layers. So the stuff is that this pineapple nest, what is, or which is driven, or let's say, let's call it not driven only, but keeping stable, in stable position and work in order by crown jewels And it's definitely not coincidence, just by the way, that in UK, United Kingdom monarchy, the queen dies and all the stuff what happened around it, and then new king will be crowned. So long story short, the original jewels was stolen, but it wasn't stolen. I don't know, like right now or a few days ago, or I don't know, a few years or a few decades ago. It was stolen, or they were stolen. Those jewels were stolen uh, centuries ago. Yeah, in the first place, and they were replaced. It doesn't matter that it is a gold and all kind of diamonds or opals or whatever. No, this is not the main part of the problem. Problem is that once we are talking about the original stuff, this original jewels have some sort of, Jessica, how we can call it, magical power or so?
I think that these jewels were engineered kind of like the crystal skulls.
Yeah.
These are it's like if you make a clock, or you make, or let's put it this way, like when you make a computer and you actually use a crystal to build or create the technology for the computer. It's the same thing. These these stones had a purpose.
Yes. It is pretty much like, for example, if you make atomic clock, and I'm not saying radioactive clock, but I mean clock, type-ish clock, with as less, problems as we can make with being not accurate. So very precise clock, and this is pretty much it, as you said exactly. And now we've got a big problem because jewels are gone. So
Right.
no, I mean it for real, okay? Jewels are gone, and we are still stuck in this crazy, weird ass reality. Some of our listeners said or wrote or whatever that it is AI driven, or AI, what is it, like created reality. Pretty much every single reality can be possibly AI created, like literally like in the Matrix, okay, literally. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but do you know what I mean from this point of view? uh, what is the main part? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, we were talking about the crystal, the jewelry, the stones, and that were taken and then swapped off for ones that were not as activated. I think they were actual diamonds or different types of semi or precious stones.
Yeah.
But the other ones that they originally had that enabled them to become the rulers of the world, per se, influencing the small one nation, influencing so many other nations around the world, was this technology, and that technology is gone.
Definitely, but give me a second. Give me a second. Do you know what is the problem? Give me a second. The original, I mean original with capital O, right? And jewels with capital G,
J.
original one or ones. They were stabilizing the hive. Let's call it pineapple hive. They are gone. And now, do you know what I mean? It's some sort of, especially younger people, they are calling it, the thing is going, making bananas. That means like everything is, how can I say, doing crazy things. And we've got infiltrated people in like workers. They are maintaining, or they should maintain this pineapple hive, and without this jewels, they should keep working. They should keep pineapple hive in working order in the first place and keep it stable in the second place. The jewels are gone, and as I said, it is making bananas. Like everything is crazy. Like all the alarm controls and everything. They don't know what the heck should they do. And try to think, try to imagine in this crazy reality, literally bizarre reality as I described it in previous update, latest update. How it is possible, or what else could go wrong in this type of reality? If you put unstable and total crazy reality even in more chaos. Do you know what I mean? This is crazy. I mean, okay, I don't want to make any sort of predictions, but I think, and I mean it for real, either if we are talking about the Western or Eastern world, but I am seriously doubting if somebody is not out of nerves with its own or their own thumb, sweating thumb on red button. Do you know what I'm talking about? Red
say
button.
that again.
Red button. Sweating thumb. Thumb holding on red button. That means somebody wants to nuke another one, the opposite side. Okay. And I don't want to say Russia won, because despite Putin said few times that he won, but I'm not saying himself. I don't know who will start, but I'm in serious worry. I'm seriously worried that this can happen, because this reality, in your reality, because this reality I'm here is totally full up. Do you know what I mean? F up, and I don't want to say it is going to crash, but everything is in chaos, literally in chaos. And once this level of chaos will at least drop by small drop, leak to your reality, I mean, no, this will not gonna end well. And I think what I can feel it, I can smell it, okay? That somebody is holding red button with sweating thumb. And this is, I mean it for fucking real, okay? This is bad.
And so you said that in our reality, we are at risk because you think Putin, or I think Korea, they're the ones that are getting a little anxious around the red button.
Give me a second. What I know, just by the way, that there are people, because I will let's say spit it out loudly, that there is chaos up to chaos in Pentagon, or in information and secret services within US. They don't have quotes in quotes football. That means the suitcase, the briefcase with control. You can control the nuke weapons with. Just by the way, I mean, they know, but they have it. But what is the problem here? I'm seriously doubting if this kind of device is in right hands. I don't want to say terrorists have it or whatever, but I'm talking about, US, no, not US government. It is long gone. US government don't have control about this. No control over it. No, I'm saying how it is, okay? This is the problem. So very people, how can I say it, moody people, and soft-nerved people. That means you can say pretty much any single, how can I say it, try of making a humor, and they will just boom. Do you know what I mean? And that's the problem. And second problem is, so this is US side, and in the UK, pretty much, okay, Queen died, but there was no coronation process. That means they don't have, not only in UK, the whole Commonwealth doesn't have, let's say, superior head. And that means that UK have quite a few nuclear devices. Nobody has control over it. Nobody. I mean, there are people, but they are very unpredictable. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So,
yeah,
it is not about Russia and North Korea. Not only, no. This is the same fucking situation on both sides. Jesus Christ.
And I understand what you're saying. So if someone gets the word that a nuclear bomb is headed in someone's direction, there's no one in charge to make the right decision because of this vulnerability or switching of powers. And then, of course, the US, we don't even know who's in charge. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and I mean,
because give me a second. Please give me a second, okay? Because pretty much if Russia start this crazy shit, this crazy shitty stuff, at least we know who we can blame. I don't want to say Putin, definitely his few generals and the high-ranked officers and whatever, but at least somehow, okay, somebody. But in US, we don't know. And president and official government or whatever, hey, screw it. They are long gone. They can't control it. No, I mean it for real, okay? Sorry, this is desperate laugh. I shouldn't laugh. Jesus.
No, I agree. It's a major problem. And so that definitely brings in a lot of instability. And so, but then there's this other factor here, Peter, that we haven't talked much about, and that is the whole thing regarding the shadow group. Are they playing people back and forth?
Yeah.
And so, are they available or visible over in the reality that you're in right now?
That's the stuff. They are literally playing, what is it, like Monopoly, you know?
Yeah, but do you see them in your reality as well?
Give me a second. This is it what I'm talking about. This is, I mean, your reality, but pretty much my quotes in quotes home reality or original reality. It's some sort of test reality for them. And once they get the knowledge, like, we are not so powerful here, they switched the stuff, and bam, we are here in this reality. Once I am and rest of, I mean, not the rest, but some of high-ranked officers of Unit 374, we are some sort of stuck in here, and don't even try to imagine what they are doing here. It is total mess, like big chaos, pure mayhem. Jesus.
We've been having, I mean, as people know, we've had to go off and go to a few different locations, and one of them was Montauk, but the more recent one we went to was Nantucket, and we had to go to the airport, and a very strange individual was looking at my bag, when I had stepped away for a moment, another friend of mine saw that he was doing something by my bag, and that was at the was it Alpha Charlie Kilo ACK airport, and they were yeah, the guy who did something weird. He had like a NASA patch on and a Punisher image on. He had like a stainless steel like attaché case. So there's been some like weird people that have showed up at some of the locations that we were at. And so yeah, and then yesterday we saw someone up further north, and now we're very north, but they were someone that looked like the same guy, but he was about 10 years younger. So these are not normal people that are tracking us. Can we identify who they are? Because if they're able to change their age and everything, and the guy had the exact same hairstyle, just like he was 10 years younger, they were messing around.
For them, it's not a big deal to be, but it is not about being shapeshifters. I mean, being some sort of, how can I say it, out of Earth, you know, species, intelligent species, and then change look, I mean appearance, to human, one certain specific human body, I mean human being. But being shapeshifter, that means they can differ age, I mean appearance, change, sorry, age wise, but sometimes even, yeah, he, I mean, it is not he, but while it was shape-shifting, sorry, my bad, it got like, okay, it will be male looking, but not only like that, but it can differ wide variation of appearances. So yes, male, but I don't know how many males. Do you know what I mean? Completely different. Everything can be different. Females too. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
And you have no goddamn clue, like, what in the world is that about? And that's it. Fake, you know, fake ones. How can I say it? It's like.
Yeah, I could pick up the energy though when something weird's happening. You know, if I could pick up their what do you call, like the frequency on their body?
Yeah,
Like if
body vibrations. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. That's, you know, because I know that they can change. I've seen them change. I've seen them change right in front of me before.
But give me a second. I will say you why they consider you as very big danger. Because it's, I don't want to say if it is gift or if it is curse, call it as you like, but why, that's the reason. You are sensitive, you can see, you can feel or hear, I don't know, I am not in your body. Please let me finish, okay? Let me finish please. And that's the problem. I mean, not problem, it is your very big advantage, but from their point of view, you are direct very big danger for them. For them, you are danger because you can literally, you've got something like enhanced and advanced, you know, way of reception. That's big problem for them. Normal people, common people, they know what I mean. It's not a big deal for them. But someone, I mean, you and someone similar to you, big danger for them. Big no-no for them. I'm just saying, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and that's the downside, is that you get abducted when you're a child. They know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
There was another thing too. This morning, I could hear a Bigfoot screaming,
Yes, do you know what? Actually, I was, I mean, we were not making this in update. I mean, sorry, to recorded update. We had private talk with Jessica that what in the world is going on with I don't know. I think in Alaska they are calling them Sasquatch, so Sasquatches, or more it is widely known in US as a Bigfoot. Those beings or whatever they are weirdos, especially in an Alaskan Triangle. Uh, Very good friend of mine, and he's in serving in a special army unit. That it was only, I don't know, like 9 or 10 miles away, so pretty much nothing from Fairbanks, that he identified them. Yeah, the bigger one, it was, so technically he was something like 10 feet tall, so 3 meters tall, and he identified, I mean, my friend identified the smaller one as she or something like that, and she was something like almost or near 2 feet shorter, so approximately 240 centimeters or 2.5 meters, and then three very small ones, I don't know, like 2 feet, so in between 50 or near 2 feet, 50, 60 centimeters, so some sort of like little ones. So how can I say it? Like Bigfoot babies or so, and they were like two big ones were fighting for territoria, for, do you know what I mean, for space, and that was the main part of the problem, because they were transporting with Oshkosh this huge truck, army truck, something, I don't want to talk about it because it's secret, top secret, just by the way. It is, what is top secret? It is 32 and up level. But I mean, you've got different levels, so 32 and you've got 46 or whatever conversion system. And it was big. The let's say the thing they were transporting was big, and it was in the corner and whatever, and they just go out of the corner, they start to go straight, and then this scene or whatever, this fight, and the driver was like, how can I say it, literally like paralyzed. He just like dumped to the, you know, the brake. I don't know how he almost make you know, it was like not pedal to the metal but something like that, but with the brake. Do you know what I mean? Not with the throttle. And the driver was absolutely paralyzed, and once they saw this scene, and the friend of mine said that, okay, I've got a shotgun, and I don't know how many shells I used, but I will say you something. If you will measure my time as I load the shotgun, I will make a world record. And just by the way, he wasn't shooting at them, I mean at Bigfoots or Sasquatches, but just warning, how can I say it, warning shots to the, you know what I mean, to the air, because he don't want to upset them or whatever.
Yeah.
And few minutes, but pretty much he was in shock too, just by the way. He said like, no, I wasn't that scared, but I was in some sort of shock that I wasn't able to figure out how long it was, the whole scene. So pretty much they it was like, yeah, the huge truck was just, and you know, sound of engine and sound of brakes or whatever, and they were, no, like, they, like, nothing happened. They just, you know, kept on fighting and fighting those two Bigfoots, and he just, you know, shooted few shells from shotgun, and after I don't know how many minutes, this bigger Bigfoot, I mean taller Bigfoot, just look at those three small ones, some sort of like, how say, like compassion, like, screw you, you've got something like that, like you've got three kiddos to worry about, like, something like that, like this kind of very weird, you know what I mean, sight, like, you are mother, screw you, I don't wanna waste my time and energy with you, and he just, you know, make these huge steps away. He called it, my friend of mine, he called it the heel, like a nail, and both of them went to opposite part of the road, and they were like, what in the world is that, or was that, do you know what I mean? And these kind of reports about Bigfoots or Sasquatches, they raised, and just by the way, about from time period of a pandemic of CVD 111. So since then, so we can say since winter 2009 to 2020, and we can say not only one time, three times, or I don't know, like 2-3 times or 4 or 5 times, couple dozens times. So they are literally very close to small farms or to small cities, I mean villages. They are, you know, browsing literally like nothing, but they are going to, you know what I mean, to quite big cities in Alaska. Do you know what I mean? Literally like Fairbanks or Anchorage, or you know what I mean, just by the way. Jesus.
Can people see them? Are they able to see them?
Give me a second. Definitely. Yeah.
Well, all right. So what I saw this morning is I could literally hear a Bigfoot screaming, right? You know, like how they have their certain kind of yell, like Chewbacca or something, you know, it's like
Okay.
that. You know what I'm talking about? Chewbacca from Star Wars is like a weird, like,
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
yeah. And then I saw this Bigfoot, right? And he was like, you know, in the woods somewhere. And then I heard like this pop sound, and then I saw this like black sheet come off of him. Like it was small. It was probably about a foot in, you know, foot across. It's just like a little square piece of material floating.
Okay.
And then he sort of like passed out. And then I saw a saucer-shaped craft like pull him up and put him in the space.
Holy crap. Jeez.
So I don't know what that was all about, but it was weird. I don't usually hear them that loud, but it was very loud. But I am kind of in the woods right now, you know, like very much up.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. So I'm just saying, because Fairbanks pretty much it's down, but the stuff is like, you know, the, how can I say it, you know, near the Anchorage, they've got huge problems with Bigfoots, because people in Fairbanks, You know, they're like, you know, Bigfoots. They don't give a shit about them. But in Anchorage, you know, because it's small town, Fairbanks. I mean, it's big once we are talking about Alaska because you know it's people are living very seldom in Alaska, but so they don't give a crap about them. But the problem is, or in Juneau, pretty much the same. How can I say it? Same city in population wise as Fairbanks, but in Anchorage, people believed. Sorry, my bad. Believed that they are safe because it's you know it's big city, and they're like, what in the world is that crap about? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, some people really like them, and they try to communicate with them and take their picture and all this other stuff. But I think that they don't like their picture taken, and they can phase shift, right?
Oh yeah, and that's my question. Just say me, okay? What how can I say it? They are, or what they can be, or Bigfoots, or call them as you like.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
Sasquatch, Bigfoot.
just please let us explain because I don't know. They are some sort of specific species. They froze in time, or I don't know. Just say me.
Oh, what my interpretation of where
Yeah,
they
yeah,
came
yeah, yeah.
from? I don't know. I mean, I would I've seen them on other planets, but I think that they've been around for a long time. But could they have been, here in the early time of mankind, or are they related to us, Peter? That part I don't know.
That's my question. I don't know. I'm just asking because it's.
I thought you would know from the ACIO. They must have records on them, right?
Give me a second. We have, but that's the problem. We've got. I mean, sorry. Our database is or was created by few, or it is, let's say, it contains few different databases, my bad, databases. And problem is that it is very confusing. Absolutely confusing, jeez.
I mean, I personally don't see them the same as humans because they have different abilities, and it's almost like you know, like just another mammal type of species. But they are also very they're very aware of space travel and things like that. They're very intelligent.
Yeah,
And
but
they seem,
territorial too, just by the way.
yeah, because it's almost like they're more like I don't want to say they're more animal than human because they're very smart. But
And give me a second, that's my question. How in the world someone will kill the moose, but okay, in the first place, no fur, no help me, no blood, and all bones, all the parts of skeleton mm, were left exactly as they should. Do you know what I mean? Like, why in the world someone will do that? You know what I mean? And people
what do you think?
believe that those mooses were killed by by Bigfoots. And that's my question: how in the world will someone do such a tremendous, amount of work? Just if I am hungry, I don't want to say I am, but if I will be a Bigfoot, I don't give a crap. I will kill the moose because it will be not a big deal for me because I'm huge, I'm powerful, whatever. But why in the world someone do that? You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense.
So, do they eat? Are they eating the moose, or they just want to?
Yeah, but this is the question. Why in the world, after eating it, no single drop of blood, no food, no nothing, and then all the bones, all of the part of skeleton left as it should be, like moose, just lie down on side. It doesn't make any sense. Why in the world someone will do that? It's tremendous amount of, it takes tremendous amount of time, effort, energy. It doesn't make sense.
No, but for them, they can do a lot of different things. But people don't believe. There's a lot of people that think, Bigfoot's a joke, or it's, some kind of urban legend, or, and if you're psychic at all, one time or another, you're going to encounter them, and they're usually not hostile.
Give me a second. So you believe? Sorry, this sentence doesn't make sense at all. So you believe that somebody don't believe Bigfoot exists? You think that? Really?
Yeah, a lot of people think it's kind of a joke because, I mean, you put something in front of a person. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't believe that, extraterrestrials exist. I mean, it's but yet they'll believe other things that are not true, like like the way the government's run or something. That's just
you mean like you mean like it doesn't make any sense, but still we should just shoot our mouth up and that will be fine. I gotcha.
Yeah, but I think most people want to be told what to believe, so they'll watch the news, and if the news says it's okay to believe that, then they will. And I mean, otherwise, there are others that really want to challenge things and will do their research. And I've worked with people that physically will go out into the woods. They'll tap the wood with another piece of wood and try to make certain sounds, and stay up all night and have certain lighting and try to be able to catch something on camera. And I've known people, I've interviewed people in the past.
Okay.
And there are many people that, their intuition's telling them that they exist, but because of the elusiveness of the Bigfoot and their ability to phase shift, I mean, anything that can phase shift.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, at this point, people are going to have a hard time believing in the special forces because they can do that stuff as well. They can phase shift in and out with technology that we have now.
Oh, definitely. You are right. Yeah, you are right.
So I think people just need to, really wake up and start looking at abilities of technology. The information's out there, and there's proof that that technology exists. Everyone thinks everything's smoke and mirrors, and that they can do special effects on video. And that's
sorry. I'm laughing because sorry. No, I'm not laughing at about that, but I'm.
But the term smoke and mirrors.
No, I'm just saying that so many people, because mainstream media says amen, like in the Bible. Okay, I got it.
Hey, or hey man, like Like,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, that just, I don't know why some people just need to be spoon-fed information and told how to think. And it could be the early, childhood experience of the classroom, or,
Yeah.
the programming of the way things are, that some people are afraid to be any different from the rest and not want to stand out in any way. Or, we also came from, prior to this generation, even the people that are elderly right now, the baby boomers, prior to them, anyone that believed differently from what was going on, there was a lot of like sanitariums and places where they would put people in very scary like nut houses, and so I think people were scared.
And just by the way, a lot of them were totally overloaded. So, for example, there was some sort of official capacity. It was claimed, and they made like 200, or I mean two and a half, maybe three times more the capacity was, and whatever. And after like two and a half, maybe 3 decades after they realized finally that it was totally bad, and not only totally bad, but not human, beyond being human, to treat them how they were, those people. It doesn't make any difference that they were not normal, let's say. you know I don't know. It's
I think
yes.
it was a type of conditioning of the public, that either you think like us, or this is your prison. This is your penalty for not conforming. And they did it in a very harsh way. And I've been in some of those facilities and read information regarding of the very inhumane abuse of how they treated people in those type of facilities. And it was a
Yes,
prison.
because they gave them drugs, and I mean it not like medication, but literally medication. Not medication therapy, but literally drugs. So I mean, give me a second, okay? Let's clarify it. Meds, so that means some sort of medication therapy, whatever. What turned out during the time that this is not good idea to give it to people, and it turned out that they are drugs. Those medications are drugs. So
Hallucinogenic sometimes. Yeah.
in the first place, and that means, I mean, this will sounds, hilarious or whatever, but many doctors they served in such sort of facilities. They said psychiatrists, doctors, that they made, once they've got some sort of, how can I call it, they had some sort of, we can name, like seminars. That means they few of highly classified specialists, because highly classified, because most of them were donated uh, by governments, some sort of, army projects, very bad projects, and they made jokes that they made from people vegetable. No, no, please don't laugh. And I was like, what? And that means that they dosed them with such tremendous amounts of different, highly experimental, and this is it. Now we know that they are drugs, but at that time, at that period of time in the past, they have no goddamn clue about those chemical substances. And that means vegetable. That means that those people are just out of their minds, totally out of their minds. They don't know anything. I mean, sorry, didn't knew
Yeah,
anything. Like nothing, pure nothing.
very serious brain damage from and
Yes,
also the
yes.
electroshock treatments and all
So
these other things
Jessica,
that they.
so either those drugs, or they very pulled them very tight to the chairs, or to the beds, or as you said, high voltage. Give me a second. The high voltage electric shocks, and I'm not talking about, I don't know, like 110 volts in US, or 120 in US, or 220 or 240 in Europe. High voltage shocks. I mean, much higher voltage. And I was like, what in the? I mean, yes, this is ongoing into nowadays, but in previous times. So I'm talking about like 35 years in the past, and even more, of course, in the past, it was total crazy. And I mean, like, okay, I am a soldier. I can take a very crazy things. I can take it in, but I mean, just it is like literally this type of experiments, quotes in quotes, because just we can. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what? Are you serious?
Yeah, they didn't have anyone looking into this and seeing all the experimentation, and that's all related to MK Ultra as well,
Yes, exactly.
which we've talked about as another major problem. And it's why, not entirely why, but it's in the back of people's minds that they're going to be looked upon strangely, and there are repercussions to that. You lose your freedom for saying things, and so people hold back. But on the other hand, I think that those that are in leadership are looking crazier than the average person. So, and on the other hand, I think people standing up and speaking, in some ways, there's less of a repercussion because, everyone's coming out and saying everything. And so but the older generation, they're more fearful, I believe, because of what they had seen in the earlier days when, the punishment would come in for those who didn't conform. So Peter, can we shift the topic a bit back to this hive mind now? Have you figured out how the hive mind is affecting our reality or that other reality? Is it like mind controlling people? Is it having
Yeah,
people?
that was sorry, my bad. That is the main question, or main topic. Yeah, what is or let's say, where is the right balance, which can this hive, pineapple, call it as we like, or as you like, pineapple hive, hold? Where is the right balance? It is like, how can I say it? Okay, if we give people, I mean masses, of the people, freedom. I mean total freedom. Yeah, that's no, that's not good at all, because very quickly can turn it against us, and it can turn into chaos, into pure mayhem. But there is something like, total opposite, like being, how can I say it, like dictatorship or whatever, and give people opportunity. Once I'm talking about giving people all the rights and freedom, so let's make some sort of I don't want to say capitalism only, but something. Do you know what I mean? Freedom of choice and giving people some, some stuff like option of private ownership and all kind of that stuff. So this is the one end of the, how can I say it, possible rope, if we want to call it that way. And another end, no, nothing like that. Pure dictatorship. No, you will do all the stuff I will or we will say. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And that's the kind of thing what I don't know. Where should we be? We as, I mean, as a human race. Do you know what I mean? Like, where is this acceptable balance between those two totally different way of living? I mean, systems. Sorry, my bad. And this is the problem that they were literally, sorry, whoever is in charge of running pineapple, let's call it pineapple or hive mind. I don't want to say mind.
Yeah, it's a machine.
Yeah. So I think they just want to look. Do you know what I mean? So they set perimeters of hive or whatever, of pineapple here and there and there and here. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, give me a second, are you serious?
So they're automating some kind of system. They're not there? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, definitely. Whoever they are, it doesn't matter. I mean, give me a second. Of course it does, believe me. But they are behind the curtain, and this is, and I will not watch my language. This is pissing me off, like at the most. That whoever they are, wherever they are just, just pulling strings. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, what in the world? How dare you? How dare you? Who the heck you are? You are playing God or whatever?
Yeah. All right. So do you think they're actually in that reality that you're at? Or are they not there, possibly?
From my point of view, they are in some sort of reality-ish, quotes-ish, paradox. Paradox, I mean, you are maybe like, what do you mean, Peter? Very easy. This is some sort of bridge, or I don't know how can I call it, but it is like, tunnel, or I don't know how can I call it, or maybe middle room, I mean hallway, in between realities, timelines, or whatever. I am calling it in between contexts of existence. And it is some sort of not very, it is like ultimate safe house. Safe house, that means whatever or whichever reality, timeline, context of existence will be screwed, they are safe. Because they are just in the hallway, they are out of everything. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They will be spared. Jesus Christ. No, once again, I will not watch my language. This is pissing me off. Seriously.
Have you tried to disable it at all, or are you just nervous? You don't know how deep it goes.
You mean the pineapple? I mean the hive?
Yeah, the pineapple hive machine. Yeah.
This is the problem. We saw the. I'm sorry. We as when we personally, once we were there, and our infiltrated personnel, we saw it, and we have, and that's the main part of the problem, we have no goddamn clue what will be, which kind of aftermath will be once we disable it. No, and this is the problem. This is not about our original reality only. It can what? It can what? Destroy the universe? Destroy the whole whatever this like dimension? We don't know. Jesus Christ.
Do you have a technician there that can try to examine it and figure it out?
Give me a second. This is the main part of the problem. Because it is not like just like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just
Maybe
that's what is making me goddamn nervous. Okay, and I mean it for real, for goddamn real, that someone will lose nerves and someone will hit this red fucking button with sweating down. Hey, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's
start the fucking new war. Jesus, man.
Peter, were you pulled into that reality, or did the ACIO have you go into that reality? Did you
No. We once again, as I said, we saw those older footages, video footages, and we were somehow we ended up here.
That's right. Yeah, I remember. Sorry, I remember you telling me that.
No. It's fine. And this is maybe the. I mean, do you have any solid explanation? Because I know I am not underestimating some sort of, Ouija board or the pendulum thing or tarot cards or whatever. Do you have any sort of idea which kind of how can I call it, artifacts or something like it can make this possible? No matter if we are talking about video footage or whatever. So which kind of conditions, from your point of view, because I know that you've got a lot of experiences with those kind of artifacts and whatever. So mostly how can I say it, well known, do you know what I mean, that people, our listeners will know about that. What do you think, which kind of stuff can make this happen, can make this possible? Do you have any kind of idea? Because
my understanding is when you're pulled into a place like that, you can't leave until you finish what you needed to do. It's almost like it keeps you there until you find the answer to something. And so that room with the videotapes is what's dictating your experience there. And also it can export those objects back to where they belong. But it's almost like they want someone to actually be there to participate in the experience.
Give me a second. So you mean for certain reason?
Yeah. So you're there. They pulled you in for a certain reason, for you to be a witness, to experience and understand something that happened there, and that everyone can understand and learn something from it, so it never happens again. So they're giving us an opportunity. We're on the brink of potentially a third world war, right? Physically, not just
please don't call it that way, please, because they are pretty much okay. Let me explain it, please, okay? Because you are right, or everybody is or will be right. Third World War or World War III or whatever, but they don't want to spit it out loud in that way. So do you know how they are calling it? total war, but it's absolutely doesn't make any difference because total war or World War III, it is the same, but they want to be more elegant. Do you know what I mean? It's
Well, I
sorry.
know why they're saying that the total war would mean also a total destruction to the
Yeah,
planet.
yeah. This is pretty much like they are pretending with which kind of weaponry, or let's say warfare, they will use. Either nuclear weapons, or biological or chemical, or more likely biochemical weapons. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
So something what will affect in very negative way the whole world, pretty much. Pretty
Right.
much.
And very likely this hive mind has something to do with it, and those beings that are created it are challenging humanity. And so the room brought you in, that back room or the video room brought you in to that space to correct something, to see something, be a witness, and to then give us the information so that we're all aware and understand what's happening, and then you're going to find it.
Yeah, because I mean, to be perfectly honest, I never was uh, able to make a show from another reality. I mean, literally, do you know what I mean? Like here and there and whatever, but from another reality. And now I'm here and we are making, I mean, we are recording the show. Do you know what I mean? Or update, call it as you like. But I mean, even the fact that internet is working and whatever, and I'm like, okay, give me a second. This is next level craziness,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And you know, Gary has been guiding me. We've been traveling, and he's been guiding me exactly where to go. Gary's from the Immerthers and from the Council of Five. And there was one point where I was hearing this thing called this one guy that made music. His name is Giovanni Giorgio or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And as I just kept on looking at it on YouTube or whatever while I was traveling, and then I realized that he is the inventor of Italo disco. And I
Yeah,
started
the
laughing.
genre, music genre, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just like I realized that uh Gary and the Immerthers were kind of guiding me to all these different locations. And yesterday we were in no, the day before we were in Nantucket, right, which is off Cape Cod, and they have these huge cobblestones,
Oh,
right? It's
man.
just like, so you drive through the downtown area and it's bumping all over, but it's like this. That was put in there a long time ago, probably because it might have gotten muddy, or maybe they needed something that was really solid. And so yesterday, Gary told me that we needed to go to Gloucester, which is in Boston. So we drove to Gloucester. And as I'm started to read about Gloucester, there's a harbor, it's by the ocean again, and we're looking, and those stones that were in Nantucket actually came from Gloucester. That's one of what they believe where they came from. And what are stones? They're like energy, right? So you take the energy
Oh,
from one
yeah.
place,
Oh, yeah.
bring it to the other. Now the two locations are connected. And because stones are ancient, right? And so, here I am, like, it's almost like they directed us, letting us know. And when we got there, that's where we see these three young guys. And one of them looks like the guy from the airport back in Nantucket, but he's 10 years younger. And they did some kind of weird thing in front of us, like, and they were speaking in another language. I don't know what language it was. Maybe Serbian, or maybe Albanian. I wasn't sure. and then once they noticed that we saw them, they took off, they left, and then we couldn't figure out where they went from there.
Yes, because it was like, okay, they know that that we are observing them. Oh, no, okay. Oh, this is crazy.
So, I mean, it's like they have you over there doing that, and then you were in the Alaskan Triangle.
So give me a second. So please, but give me a second, please. So you are saying that, let's say, quotes in quotes, artifact wasn't, I don't know, some sort of USB stick or whatever, or DVD or a computer, but quotes in quotes, artifact was the whole room, right?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Holy crap. Ah, yeah, this start to getting real. Jeez.
Once you figure it out, Peter, they'll take you to the next place.
Oh, no,
I know
I want to get home. Jesus Christ. No to the next place. Not to the next place. Jesus.
You're not going to be able to go anywhere until you figure this one out.
Ah, oh, thank you. So that's our mission. Thank you very much. Okay.
You know how it works.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, what do you think? It's like normal people. Once you go, women to the coffee in cafeteria. I don't know, like men to at beer, and ask what was your day in the job, and everybody will say something, and I was like, it's fine. I just saw 10 feet Bigfoot, and I was like, what?
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, Bigfoot's involved.
No, I'm just saying, that I can't talk about my job. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
I'm just saying, give me a second. I'm just saying that we should be, because that's let's say that's my biggest concern, that UK is, and not only UK, but the whole Commonwealth is very vulnerable right now, because they don't have crowned, give me a second, crowned king, right? And I don't know, it will be in few weeks or few months.
Yeah. But,
yeah, so they have even more chaos as in US. Jesus.
So the Shaw House is there.
Oh, of course they are. Of course,
and they're collaborating with the Shadow Group.
Yeah, they are pretty much. They are responsible of helping Shadow Group in UK. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just saying that this is not. I mean, I don't want to say this is not going to end well, but if this pineapple hive, if this pineapple hive will not have crown jewels, original ones, back within few days, this is not gonna end well in your reality. I mean, our original reality. So this is the problem. You know what I mean? We should We should do opposite as we want. So pretty much, yeah. Of course, we want to find original crown jewels, but we should put them in the original place, because despite we know that it is causing chaos, instability, and whatever, I mean, pineapple hive, at least we know some sort of quotes in quotes basic pattern. Jesus Christ, this is too bizarre even for my taste. This is too bizarre. Oh my God.
I know it's a lot of pressure, but I think that well, those jewels, like I said, I think they belonged way back in time. I think they're ET. One of them I felt went back to Atlantis, and they have some other things. I think they have, it's like another rock. Is
Give me a second. So they were stolen from Atlantis or what?
I think that they had discovered some of these jewels around the planet, and they belong to something else. And we've had a lot of like ETs taking objects and then using them for something else. And we've had problems with.
Please give me a second. They were either that selfish or that stupid or that ignorant, or I don't know, mixed all together.
Maybe they took them and then they like buried them, and then the population grew, and then somebody found them. I don't.
Crap.
Yeah, there's a lot of different types of technology that people have discovered on the Earth that has been here for thousands of years.
I know.
So it's things like that. And so say you went into like Busegi Mountain, right? And there was this amazing looking stone. You take the stone out, you sell it to somebody. You don't know what the stone's for, but it looks really beautiful. And so then you use it for, they think it's for something else. And let me give you a story, Peter. Not a story, but like this really happened. I met this guy that had a crystal
revelation.
skull.
I mean, a revelation.
Yeah. So I knew this guy that had a crystal skull. He grew up in Mexico, and he had permission to take the skull to different locations, right? So I talked to him for a little while. We had a nice conversation, and he told me that he got the skull because the family had the skull, and the family found it, like years and years, generations back. So he kept it in the family. He wasn't really aware that it had any effect, but he brought it to Las Vegas.
Give me a second. So he didn't knew, or he didn't believe that it is that powerful, or it can be that powerful?
Probably both. And so he brought it with him to Las Vegas, and then weird things started happening. And then he said before he knew it, he's having full conversations with him, with the skull.
Okay.
And so, he started to realize that he was misusing the skull, and, asking the skull to do certain things like help him, win money, you know what I mean? And
what? Can't do that. It is Jesus.
Right. So, but this was early on, and then he realized that he was wrong for doing all that. He figured it out on his own, that bad things could happen too with the skull.
Give me a second. This is the worst things and stupidest thing you can do with that kind of. Holy crap.
So anyhow, he decided to take it out and share it with the public, and he did that for a little while. But he said to me, he goes, the skull decides where it wants to go. And maybe, if it doesn't want to be with you, it will leave. And I think it was a short time after I had talked to him that someone stole the skull from him. And it was gone. And because he was out there publicly sharing it with everyone. And I think because he had initially misused the skull, that he got in trouble. But you don't mess around with those skulls because they're very old, and they have like their own intelligence of some sort. They're very, very aware of everything that's going on, and they can also influence. They can actually create a hive mind if they want.
You mean a skull or whatever?
Yeah, crystal skull. I've seen that happen.
Because give me a second. Because itself, it is living entity or whatever.
Yeah.
And of course, a very intelligent one. Jesus Christ, how somebody can be that crazy naive to ask win money? Holy crap.
All right, so Peter, do you have an approximate time when those things showed up in our history? or prior human
Okay,
history?
okay, and that's the problem. If I will say or predict something, I will be lied to you. But sorry, I will be lying or I will lie to you, but I can only pray, believe me, I am not a believer, okay? But I can only pray, or let's say I can only hope that nothing like that, like World War III or total war or whatever, will happen. But we are stuck in here, and I think we will be stuck in here, as you said, till we figure things out. That's
So,
it.
Peter, what I was saying earlier is I know that the crystal skulls were here during the time of Atlantis. Do you have a record that they were even older than that?
No, 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 no. Much older than Atlantis. Jesus Christ, of course. They were brought here. Oh, I think they are redons. Like red color and redon. Like
Oh,
red,
like
give me a second, please. Red, like a cold color, and N, like woman name, redon. So that's the one of very important.
Castle 5.
Yeah, but they've got a very important role in the Intergalactic Council too. In Intergalactic Council and too, and the thing is, I don't want to say they are good or bad. The problem is they don't care. It's like, okay, they quotes in quotes seed. That means they gave intelligent, important, very highly developed technology, but they don't want to intervene if something bad happened. And this is I don't know, I'm not okay with that, with this kind of approach to the whole thing.
Right. But I mean, that's the Council of 5 altogether. You know, they all kind of help in their own way, but they can only help
In their own way, yes.
Yes. Which is better than nothing. I mean, so there's other ETs that don't help with anything, and they harm us, but at least
Yeah.
they help us. Yeah.
Yes, as you said, better than nothing.
Yeah. Or better that they're not our enemy, you know.
Yes.
Being that intelligent. And why do you suppose they allow that their skulls are being accessed by humans here? Are they helping us by doing that in some way, or?
I think, I mean, this is the stuff. We, not me, but we in ACIO talked with certain high-ranked, let's say, representatives of Redens, and they said that crystal skulls are here in order to teach us lessons. And I was like, and we were like, okay, please teach lessons in our, I mean, from human point of view. That means, of course, I will teach you a lesson. That means to do something. If you do something bad, do you know what I mean? I will punish you or something like it, similar to it. And they said, no, you are getting it totally wrong. It is to give you your own desired thing. And we were like, okay, give me a second. Desired thing. If you do something good, it will reward you. If you do something bad, it will punish you. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said to me.
Yeah, so another positive confirmation from two total independent sources. Yep.
I have worked with this man who was had a previous life as with the Nazis. He was like working in a museum, and when I was looking at his Akashic records, there was a crystal skull by the name of Wilhelm that started speaking to me. And I started giving him information for Wilhelm. And then he started looking online while I was talking, and he said, there was a crystal skull in this museum, and they called it Wilhelm. And I said, yeah. I said, I know, I'm talking to him right now. But I didn't know that they had a crystal skull there. It was like I was talking to a person.
No, definitely, I agree with you 100%. As I said, 100%. So
yeah.
we can only hope that we will figure the whole stuff out before total wars start. wish luck to us, and that is pretty much all the things I want to share with our listeners right now, because you've got a lot of stuff to do, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think I'm, getting close to my next destination, where the Council of Five wants me to be at, and I'll figure out what I need to do there. So hopefully we can all, resolve the things that we need to resolve before it's too dangerous for humanity.
Yes, you are right. So once again, thank you for another opportunity to be on your show and on your channel. Thank you for our listeners to stay with us till the end of the show, and I'm looking forward on next time. Hold tight. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you, Peter. I want you to see something.
What? What? I mean, what in the world is that?
Can you see it?
Yeah. Yes. I mean,
it's a moose.
This is not coincidence.
No.
This is not a coincidence.
Big, huge moose.
Yes.
That's crazy, huh? It's a fake one, obviously.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. Oh my God. Oh my God.
With that said, then I'm going to say thank you everyone for listening, and hopefully I don't think Bigfoot's going to be able to hurt that moose, so we should be safe. And thank you again, Peter, for joining us. Thank you, everyone. And, everyone, highest intention for humanity, and we'll see how everything goes.
You have been listening to the Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Marrocco. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Visit www.acio-agency.org and www.readingsbyarael.com. Post your questions and comments below. We look forward to hearing from you. Feel free to support our work. All the links can be found in the description. Thank you.